Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a nice smoky eye look for you. So I'm actually going to be using this BB cream here, and we're using this as a BB cream but also as a primer. BB creams have the moisturizing effect as moisturizer. They have a little bit of tint in there as well to give you a bit more coverage if you need it, and it also smooths out the surface, so it's sort of, you can wear it on your own, or like I'm doing today, I'm wearing it as a primer, and then I'll be having some more coverage, so it's good. So yeah, I kind of just do it all over my face and just buffing that into the skin. So normally I would wear this by itself, but I've got a bit too many pimples and they're not going to hide under just a BB cream, so I was like, whack on that coverage. So yeah, I'm just making sure I'm blending. There's that layer done. So yeah, any kind of primer or BB cream, leave it for a good 5 minutes if you're going to put any more layering on. So now I'm grabbing the MgNaturals foundation, and I am pretty much doing exactly like I did with the BB cream. Naturally foundation, so I have a bit more coverage. So I've just sped this up a little bit, because it's just changed my brush, but I'm doing the same technique as I did with the BB cream. I find that if I'm using just one brush to apply all these liquids, it gets a bit too in the brush, and then I find it just smudges it all over the face. So I just started with a nice clean brush. So I let that sink in, and then I'm going to apply another thin second layer. Now I know it's a lot of layers, but I only ever do thin layers, and I also make sure I leave it a good few minutes to let it sink in. And as you can see with the second layer, I'm only putting that on the blemished areas where I need more coverage. And the MgNaturals foundation BB cream are very lightweight and very, very hydrating, so my skin doesn't get too oily and it's not overwhelmed. So now we're going to conceal pretty much my whole face. I'm using the concealer wand here. Luminous Light, I think the shade is, and I can't remember if I use Creamy Natural or Ivory for the foundation. I tend to use the Creamy Natural for more summer, and then Ivory through winter. And I've got a long sleeve top on, so I'm assuming this is Ivory. So I'm using that, of course, to do my blemishes as well as my under eyes and also my eyelids as well. It's really important to add coverage on your eyelid, especially if you're using eyeshadows, because it creates an even base. Because as you can see, my eyelids are darker than my face, so you want to create a nice smooth canvas to work on. We do it on our face, and we'll do it on our eyes as well. Just like priming, painting a wall. If you've got a hot pink and you're wanting to go, a very pastel color, you'll prime it first and then paint over it. So again, I'm using another new brush to blend in that concealer. I use a mixture of the brush and my fingers. Yeah, I use the brush for bulk of the product, and then the warmth of my finger I just find helps melt into the skin a little bit more. The concealer has quite a similar texture to the foundation. Now I am going to illuminate my skin even further, and we're going to be using the illuminating wand here. It's got a sheen of, I was going to say sparkle, but it's not glitter. It's just a nice, beautiful, natural shine on the skin. And I'm going to set all of it with a powder, and it does ever so slightly shine it through the powder, so then you've got the nice natural glow. I go to the extreme method and I put a highlighting powder on top, but you could leave it just like this for under your powder, and it just gives your face a nice beautiful glow. So I put that on all my highlighting spots, my nose, my forehead, and the top of my cheeks. Now I'm going to be setting all this in with the ivory powder here, mineral powder, and we're going to set all of it, including the eyelids as well. So this has SPF in it too, so I will keep my skin nice and safe from the sun. as well as setting it all in. And this will also help absorb any oils in your skin too. So I'm now doing my eyebrows. I used my normal routine for that. I'll link that down below. I used the MgNaturals powder for the brows too. And now I'm taking this nice deep brown shade and we're going to start the eyes. So I wanted to go for a nice smoky look today. So I'm wanting this to go all over the crease here. So I'm putting it right in the crease and then going windscreen wiper motions, going back and forth until I'm happy. Now it looks like it on here that the outer corner is darker than the inner corner, but in all fact I made sure that it was nice and even. I think just where the sun's hitting it. Now I'm taking this beautiful sort of light purple shade. This one does have a slight shimmer in there. We're going to pop this all over the lid. Meeting it to that crease there. Now grabbing that same brush we used with the brown and we're just smoothing out the edges, making sure it's nice, soft and smoky. Back and forth windscreen wiper motions. So the next shade we're going to be using is this beautiful deep dark grey shade, or charcoal shade, not grey, sorry. Now we're going to be putting this on the waterline there, leaving it nice and dark, and we will soft it out now with that brush with the brown shade. So I didn't get any new colour, I'm just using the colour that is already in the brush to smoke it out ever so slightly. Now we're highlighting. I'm using the highlighter Rose Soft Glow, Rose Gold Glow, oh whatever it just said, sorry. So the inner corner and the brow bone. Now using the MgNaturals mascara. So I should have said that all of the products I'm using is from MgNaturals. Now I was lucky enough to be sent a few of these, but I have also purchased my own, and this video isn't sponsored, it's just beautiful products that I love and I'm showing. And I kind of find that I use one brand if I've got a lot of their products for the one particular look. Sometimes I'll add in all the rest, but I try and stick to the one sort of look as I'm going. I'm not sure. So top and bottom lashes, showing, and I did pop some eyelashes on. This is from Sarah Jean. These are in the shade SJ002. So I popped them on off camera. These are a beautiful natural but glam pair. Now we're going to contour using the medium sculpting palette. So sculpting out my cheekbones in the hollows of the cheeks there, making the darker product to the outer corner and going inwards light. We're wanting the sort of, towards the outer part to be darker. So I did the hollows of my cheeks and I sort of put a little bit on the forehead. Blending them all together. So I don't put much on my forehead, just a little tiny bit. I'm also going to do a little bit down my nose as well. I don't go too hardcore with the whole nose contour, so just do a little bit to blend it all together. Now I'm putting some on my chin. So I'm wanting to create an oval shape, and I have a heart shape, so we want to shadow that down to mimic having a nice round face. So I'm using this beautiful blushing peach. This is from MgNaturals as well. So we're going to pop them on the cheekbones and blend them toward the contour, starting at the apples and then working our way backwards. So in this case you want the bulk of the colour to be right on the cheeks. So we're using that same highlighter, which is Rose Gold, and highlighting. So we're just putting this on exactly where we put the luminizing wand. So you could have left it how it was, but again I went for a bit more of a dramatic smoky look, so we thought why not add more. And I'm using this beautiful dark red plummy shade. I wasn't quite feeling it, as you can see. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. So then I went over with their nude shade just to sort of lighten it up a little bit, and I was super happy then. I just thought it looked a bit too dramatic, so we thought of calm it down. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching.